amazing. I just had a conversation with the assemblyman a little while back. We just like discussed how the testing goes, and we'll go into what I did the last few weeks and the last few months, and what a journey that God put me through. But I can tell you that I've been in many, many cities, from Jersey City to Newark to Camden to Trenton to Atlantic City to Orange to East Orange to Madison, Somerset, and other small towns and villages. I can say that by far, Franklin, the people and the families and the collaboration, how people were so welcoming, it gave me comfort in life, especially with the trying time that we are in. So let me tell you a little bit about what I do and my background and what I did for Franklin and other cities. My background is I live and breathe to help people, and I'm passionate about what I do when it comes to building relationships, building bridges between all communities, regardless of your religion or color or creed. I'm always there to find something positive to hang onto so we can build a better life. And I've been successful doing that for 22 years. I have my ups and downs just like every other human being. I'm not Superman. I always have my bad and my good days, but I always look at the positive uh, things in life to try to hang on, especially now we are going through the pandemic since back in February and going into March when everything was shut down, especially houses of worship, schools. It was a very challenging time for the community in general, especially for the faith communities that are used to go pray or gather or party, or it doesn't matter if it's a religious gathering or a just a birthday party. People are human nature is made to interact with people and connect to people, and suddenly everything stopped. The whole world changed, and we're now into this pandemic. Hopefully we're at the end, but it doesn't look like we're getting over it now.
Oh, well, yeah.
So when the pandemic hit back in February and March, I'm on the governor's advisory council. He asked me what the feedback in the community is, and I should bring him live information from churches, synagogues, mosques, or temples. It doesn't matter which community center you go to. And we started seeing people being hurt. People are hurting. A, because there's no access to many medical facilities that others have access to get tested, get treated, or to talk to someone if they need help. Just a good, comforting word. And we came up with this idea to go into community centers, churches, and schools to bring the test sites and set up at the locations where it's much needed. So this is my journey since March 22. We had our first test site in Orange, New Jersey, with the governor and the first lady joined us, where we announced the testing coming out to the community, and it has been a some journey, I have to say. I can tell you that we saved a lot of people's lives by people didn't even realize that they have COVID, that they are infected with COVID, and it's just scary to think of if not them being tested and having them quarantined and get proper treatment, how many more people they would have infected their neighbors, their families. So this is a very important initiative that we undertook, and I thank the governor and I thank Mayor Kramer, and I thank Alex and everybody else, the assemblyman and the entire team for working and supporting this initiative. We have been doing close to, I think, 3,000 tests so far in Franklin itself. Overall in the state, we're over 20,000 COVID and antibody tests. But we are going strong. We're not stopping. We are continuing this journey, this initiative that the governor started, and we're going to hopefully save more people's lives. I can tell you that in Franklin, it was most comforting to see the support from the local council, from the mayor, from everybody else, and I can tell you that we definitely saved lives. I would be more than happy to answer any questions. I know my presentation was a little short because of my other commitments and engagements that I have to do tonight. So I apologize, but I'll be more than happy to come out to any facility, to any community center, to any school, and do testing needed. Some schools have us come back every week, every 2 weeks. We will continue this. And this is a great, great team effort. And I thank you so much again, Gary, for having me tonight. Keep up. I know we have been in the senior center and other centers in Franklin where people thanked us and people really appreciate the testing that we did. And the thanks is to you and the entire team.
Okay, before I let you go, and then Alex can make a comment.
Yes, thank you, Gary.
I can tell you that we had Rabbi Friedman and his complete staff a couple of weeks ago in my community, and I can tell you they came in and they performed, and it was just wonderful to see how active they were and how accommodating they were for our community. The rabbi who's been active in the community and in the state of New Jersey is doing a wonderful, as I would say, mitzvah, and in Hebrew that's translated as give me a translation, Rabbi, of a mitzvah.
It's a mitzvah.
Good deeds. Good
Right.
deeds. So I can tell you, and then I'm going to ask Alex to make a comment, and then if anyone has any questions, please ask him now because he has to leave, and we all can wish the rabbi a happy birthday also. Okay, Alex.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Gary. And Rabbi, first of all, happy birthday. And folks, I have been working with Rabbi since we started the COVID testing at St. Matthias. And over the last few weeks, probably we had over 4,000 people who have been tested. And as Rabbi indicated, there were several people that they were positive. On top of that, when they were testing the people, they had to send some people to the ICU because of either high blood pressure or some other problems such as pneumonia. So his team, if you have gone to the testing, you would agree with me that it was very professionally done. He brings lots of people and they are so accommodating and so well organized. We just finished our testing at the school sites yesterday, but we're not done. We're going to be talking to him soon, and Mayor and myself and Assemblyman and Bob, the manager, we are talking about having at least once a week testing in Township. So Rabbi, we're going to be having some meeting very soon to discuss possibilities of having every Sunday, starting not this Sunday, the following Sunday. So that's the thought that we have, because this is such a great service to the community, and then we wanted to continue providing this service. And I also wanted to extend thanks to the Interfaith Council members. You know, many of the temples and churches opened their doors, and they allowed us to go and use their facility to provide the service, as well as our schools. They did a fantastic job. So again, thanks to everybody. Thanks to HRC members who spread the word. And I'm glad that we have been working as a great team with urgent care, interfaith urgent care, and we continue to collaborate hopefully in the future.
Thank you, Alex. Does anyone have a question for the rabbi before I let him leave us?
Rabbi,
Who is this?
this is Sonny Tibbs. I just want to wish Rabbi welcome to Franklin Township and happy birthday to you.
Thank
Okay. Any,
Thank you.
thank you, Rob. And
Not a bad place to spend my birthday, Franklin. All the
thank you, Rabbi, for coming. And I'll be talking to you soon, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Rabbi. Take care.
Okay, I want to call the meeting to order, but I just want to make sure that I have everyone that's in attendance. Alex, it is Arian, D.W. Schwartz, the police officer, Johnny Tibbs, Linda Williams, Nora Catese, Lieutenant Rizzo, Councilman Abersan, Dwithica, Ron Petrucci. Sean, you made it finally? Okay. And Stan Rosario and Tom DeGancy. Did I miss anybody that's here that I didn't say? Okay,
No, you got everyone.
okay.
Hey, you missed
Police
really good.
director was supposed to be here,
Gary,
He missed
but
two.
I understand that she's got something else. So
you missed really good.
I'm gonna,
Oh, Willie Goods is on, Gary.
Willie Goods, okay. So I'm gonna call the meeting to order. I want a motion for the July 22nd minutes. I need a motion to okay those minutes.
I'll make a motion that the minutes,
Motion.
July 22nd, be accepted as written.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm gonna ask for the police report and include. I'm sorry?
You got it, Willie.
You got a second?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. Okay, I'm gonna ask for the police report, and I understand the police, director who was supposed to be with us, she wanted to talk about this new Community Relations Bureau. So I'm gonna ask either Lieutenant Earl or, Sergeant Hebron in their report to talk about that, and also talk about an invitation that I just got today, okay?
So I can start off and then I'll pass it off to Sean because this is actually Sean's area of expertise. I was fortunate enough that, as you all know, I used to be in charge of our community affairs and community relations, and I've been fortunate enough when I passed it off to pass it off to Sean because I think he actually is probably the most passionate person when it comes to the community that you're going to find. So I don't think you're going to find a better person to pass it off to. As many of you may be aware, we have started the Community Relations Bureau. They are going to be moving down to 695 Hamilton Street, and they're slowly but surely moving in there. It's going to be our what was formerly known as the neighborhood police teams. They are now the Community Relations Bureau. And Sean can go a little bit more into who else is going to be in his bureau and down, at that building and what it's going to entail. On September 1st, we're going to be having a book bag drive. It's going to be the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of September in the evening hours. And if you don't have it already, we'll make sure that you get a copy of that flyer. But it is posted up on all of our social media pages as well as the Township page. And on that day, we're going to have a soft opening of the CRB, and officers are going to be down there. We're going to have the community there, and we're going to let everybody know what it's all about. There's going to be community programs out of there, and like I said, Sean will go into that more. But the director is very much has heard that we want to get back into the community. We've always had a strong relationship with our community, and we just want to make it stronger. We were fortunate enough to be able to get into that building, and we're going to be right there in the community, and people are going to have access to our officers. Sean, you want to go a little bit into the programs?
Sure. Hello, everyone. The Franklin Township Police Department.
Excuse me, whoever's typing needs to mute their self. Someone is typing.
No, it's not.
Okay,
Okay, all right. Sean, I'm sorry about
No
that.
problem. No
go
problem.
ahead, Sean.
The Franklin Township Police Department, we used to have our community policing unit as known as an NPT, or the neighborhood police team. That has now been changed to the Community Relations Bureau. And we're starting off new name and a new location, and at 935 Hamilton Street, right, the old social services building is going to be where we now are going to be running that unit out of exclusively. Um, that facility gives us the room to do many things in the community. It's a great location, and it has enough and ample space to really do a lot of different programming and things within the community, both for the youth and for the adults. The benefit of it right now, Franklin is also several blocks away building a new facility exclusively for the youth. What we're going to be doing as far as our involvement with the youth is actually getting certain programs that the police are going to be involved in started at 935 Hamilton. And once the youth center is complete, we will take some of those programs and relocate those to the youth center so that they're already up and running programs that are already, already have the youth involvement, so that when the youth center opens, the youth center will be fully functional as far as the police interaction, because we'll already have a year to build those programs up here at 935 Hamilton Street. We'll also be having programs for everyone, the adults, for seniors, classes for exclusive geared towards women. Some of the programs that we have a fit program dealing with exercise and cross training, things for um, all taught by officers in the police department in conjunction with community members. So we have fitness programs for youth and for adults. We're going to have a cadet academy for young people in the community that aspire to get into law enforcement. It'll be a nice way for them to bridge their learning with being a law enforcement officer, with actually having hands-on practice by doing different things with us throughout the year. And hopefully what that will lead to is having more homegrown Franklin Township residents becoming police officers right here in Franklin Township. So that way you have homegrown talent serving the community. In addition to that, we're also going to have a citizens police academy. So we have a lot of people from the community curious about certain things that happen in the police department. This today is a lot of questions as to why certain things are done, and having a citizens police academy will allow people that attend that class to get an inside look of what goes on here, and hopefully get a better understanding of what we do. And in return, as the officers that are involved in the class and interacting with the community, we'll also learn things that we can do better. So it's actually just a great fit for everyone. We also have, more fun space so that the police officers can interact with youth, and even have, game nights and things of that nature, when we could all get together and do those things again. But we will have an activity we can do things and have video game competitions, and play pool and different things to kind of have just social events. We have officers that are going to be teaching CPR instruction to the community, and actually being able to do some CPR certification. We have officers that are going to be doing tradesman programs, so that people can learn different trades, basic handiwork, and how to use certain tools and things around the house, which is going to be great, particularly for the youth that that are bound to home and just really on their phones and their video game devices. We could put tools in, they can learn how to do things, be handy, and be tradespeople and get involved in the trades. We have officers that are into cooking, that are going to be doing a cooking program in competition with our youth. So we have officers with a lot of talent all across this department, and this community relations bureau is going to try to take those talents, pull them in out of the patrol cars into the building, and let those things interact with the community. So we can, take these officers and get off, and they could show what they can do, and we could also learn a lot from the community. All of that. So there are a lot of things
Thank
coming.
you.
The other, I will also like to ask you guys, as the Human Relations Commission, if you guys have ideas and things that you think will be great as far as programs. I am always open to sit down or dialogue or chat via email. That's, we discuss
Um,
different programs
if,
that might be beneficial to.
if you're not asking any question, could you mute yourself, please? Go ahead, Sean, I'm sorry.
We are open to hear from you guys to see if you guys have any programs or any activities with the police officers, that you think will be beneficial. We'll be happy to entertain those ideas. We'll even form partnerships to put things together. If you guys are interested in that, or you want to see more of what we're doing, again, on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, we're going to have our open house from 6 to 8 p.m. on each of those nights. Because of the COVID restrictions and, put on through the state, we're not going to be having public tours of the building at that time, but we will be offering virtual tours.
Pollution detected at your front door.
That you can access. So if we'll have a link up that you could go in, and we'll show you the different spaces that are available, and all of the different programming that we'll be doing in those spaces, and we'll be able to.
I got the invitation today.
Yeah.
I got the invitation today, which I will send out to all you.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay, good.
And during
Yeah,
that open house, we'll also be working in conjunction with Week of the People, because we're going to be doing the annual backpack drive that takes place during the Week of the People celebration. We're going to be doing it at that time. We're going to pull that event in with our open house. All right, so we'll have refreshments.
Good.
It's going to be an outdoor event. Everyone wear masks and be socially distant, but we could still come and cut the ribbon and just welcome this place to the community, and all that it has to offer.
all get that invitation. I'm going to send the invitation out.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for Sean? If you haven't, unmute yourself and then ask the question.
I just wanted to piggyback real quick on something Sean had said.
Okay.
Other than the fact that I totally botched the address and realized it after I said it. Thank you for Sean for correcting me, because I botched it. It's been a long day. But we really want to make sure that everyone understands that we're not operating this CRB in a vacuum. This is a true community partnership, and we cannot do it alone. We've said that time and time again, and we want to reiterate that. We want the input from the community. We want your input. We've been working hand in hand with the rec department and other departments within the community. This is truly a collaborative effort, and we need your help, and we want your input.
This is Edna.
Go ahead.
Hi, it's Edna. Sorry, I'm late to the meeting.
Go ahead.
Question, is there, and I probably missed this, but is there a standing committee that's going to meet, quarterly or however often to talk about programming?
As of now, no. I mean, we're set up as just a unit within the department, but we are going to be actually available to, it's going to be an ongoing process. So,
Right.
our programming could really sit down and develop any time. Basically, through the community, if someone comes together with an idea, we will put together a you know, whatever group we need to make that idea come to fruition. So, you know, we don't really need to set a an ongoing thing at this stage, but I think what we can keep our doors open to hear what the community would like. And I said, you know, be anyone in the community, and that's
If
why
it's feasible, then fine.
what do you want to do? You know, what
I,
kind of would you like to see with your police department, and we will, you know, round table those and see how we can make it work. Yes.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question, Sean.
Go ahead, Linda.
Okay, so now if I have someone that's interested in trying to have a class where they're actually showing the kids how to work on their computers, how to study from home, and she has a whole program set up. How can she get in touch with you guys so that she can present the program that she has? That she's
Linda,
working on?
I don't know if that's the job of this. The next topic is the youth center, and that may be a perfect a
Yes,
thing
absolutely.
for a youth center. So you should talk to Kimberly about that.
Okay,
Okay, Lynn?
okay.
Are there any other questions?
I
You
don't.
want to give you? Go ahead, Willie. You're on mute, I think, Willie. Can't hear you. You got to unmute yourself, Willie. I can't hear you.
If he's not coming on,
Okay, go ahead.
can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Me? Me?
Yes,
I can't?
Johnny. Johnny, go.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I just, I don't want to cry, guys. But I want to, God bless Rizzo and John. And I will give you all the assistance that I have learned from one other community relation bureau. And God bless you guys.
Okay, good.
Thank
Any other questions?
Thanks, John.
You're welcome, Phil. Rizzo.
Okay, you want to give you the usual police report, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, as far as you know, where things are in the community, we are things have been in a decent place. We are still encouraging everyone in this time to please get out there, the messaging to your communities to in regards to burglaries and things that are going on, to please lock your doors every night to your vehicles, homes. Just secure yourself. You know, burglaries are still out there in this whole state. It's just a problem right now. You know, 90% of the problems will fix themselves if everyone just secures their vehicle and removes any kind of you know, potential theft items out of their car. That includes pocket change in the center console, you know, bags and, you know, left in your vehicle. Just try to clear your vehicle of anything that may look tempting to someone from the outside, and lock your vehicles. That'll help a lot of the issues. And that's the biggest thing that we're dealing with now, is just chasing, you know, petty car burglaries all over. And it's an exhausting search, and it drains the resources. Especially if there's something simple like locking our car doors that we could do to prevent that. So that's our biggest thing for the community, is to do that. And you know, you're going to see a lot more interactive police presence just on a community policing front. You know, just the engagement and the officers just trying to be there and reach out to the community. And we're trying to do our part to just to be there and be available. And we're going to continue. If you have suggestions for us, please just let us know. As a police department, we'll try to see how we can make things better.
I have a question again. This
Go,
goes
Linda.
for Sean and Phil.
Go, Linda.
So as a county committee woman, I'm out there on my street, which is Winston Drive. As you know, there's a lot of people that are home now. They're walking up and down the streets. They're out walking. The speeders are going up and down and up and down the street. It's just a matter of time before someone gets hit. Usually they're trying to run across the street because the cars are coming from the Belmar section down, and they're like even on the other side of the lanes there. So no one seems to be policing the area. I don't see anyone out there giving tickets, you know, and it's getting
Thank
really
God.
crazy. I mean, I could videotape it for you if you like, so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So if you like, I can be right in my window and you can see them as they're speeding up and down.
Why don't you call the police?
Yeah.
Why don't you call the police?
You call the police, the speeders are gone, you know.
Okay.
Unfortunately, during this pandemic time, we have seen an increase in aggressive driving. It's something we're seeing everywhere, and it is an ongoing complaint. The traffic bureau does fall underneath my division, and I will pass that on to them, and I will pass it on to the patrol division. That Winston Drive, as Sean and I have both been here for almost 24 years now. Winston Drive has been a cut through and a speed issue for as long as I've been here. So it's constantly on the list of our zones that we get continuous complaints on. But I will make sure that we pass that on to traffic and patrol to get some extra time out there as the strength allows.
Okay, because years ago, I actually had to put columns up to keep the cars from coming up to my steps, from coming around the curve there. So I put columns up. Yeah, so they could hit that first before they hit my vehicles, you know? So
Okay.
if you guys need an area to stop,
Okay, I have a couple of questions.
you're welcome to come to my driveway.
Okay.
Go ahead, Willie.
Officer Sean,
Yes.
Go ahead, Willie. Go ahead.
the CRP, it seems like, you know, our youth have a lot of energy, especially during the summer and being all closed in. There was an old unit called PAL, Cleveland Athletic League. These kids don't have the money to like be on the baseball team, and some of them aren't have the ability to join the basketball team. Is there any way that the police would correlate, you know, like with these here youth that are out there having nothing else to do but speed up streets and run the streets? So they can have baseball games with the police and basketball games with the police, other than just academics.
Well, yeah,
Program.
yeah. Well, we have a couple programs that are going to be coming out of there. Right now, setting them up as more of sports clinics, like basketball clinics and clinics, because you know, we're not exactly sure what the parameters are going to be, you know, coming through this season and pandemic. So, you know, right now with the clinics, we can run them in smaller groups and space them out. It's really, you know, skill building stuff that the officers are doing with them until we get a sense of we're in a safe place to do, you know, tournaments and small games and things of that nature. For those that are not familiar with the property over here at 935, and there is a basketball court, at least a half
In the back.
in the back, and
Yeah, I play on it.
and that area is going to be you know, heavily used for, you know, for clinics, drills, conditioning, and things of that nature. So either, you know, we have youth that either can't get out and practice and play, or some that just want to learn and be better for when they can. You know, we'll have officers here, you know, engaged in that activity with them. So that's coming. We just can't run it like a full PAL program with, with scrimmage games and things of that nature, because, you know, they don't even have NCAA.
No, sure.
Right?
Okay, and my second question is this here. For book bag filling tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, do you still need volunteers? Seems like the Human Relations Commission could help with that also.
But for the backpack giveaway on the front.
Book bag.
September 1st, will be.
September 1st, Gary. Tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, we're doing a stuffing of the book bag.
Yes.
Gary.
That's the week of the people, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Week of the people. Yep.
Yeah, we got people. We are being involved, but I want to know if you need any more volunteers that can
Okay.
come from the Human Relations Commission or that's all.
I'm not exactly sure how many people Week of the People is bringing, but I mean, I think we have enough. But if it is that, I said it, but I don't know how many people you guys are coming with. So if a couple of other people want to come and participate, it's fine. But we also have to remember too, if we're doing it, we're gonna be doing it indoors, and we have limitations on how.
Harris, that's right, man.
You gotta be 6 feet apart,
Yeah, you gotta be 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and there's
I
limitations.
think we're all aware of that. We're aware of that, dear. But I just like for us as the HRC to be involved where we can get involved.
Call you back.
Yeah, Willie. What I would probably do is if you can find out how many people are coming with Week of the People. If we have, about anywhere from 6 to 10 people, I think that's enough to get done what we have to get done in a short space of time. If you're falling short of that number, then we could probably pull a couple people in. But anything more than that, we might end up with some spacing issues, because we also have people in the building here that are going to be helping as well.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. Are there any other questions for our policemen?
No, I
Thank
don't
you.
have any more. Let me mute myself.
Whoever phone that is, please mute yourself. Please mute. Okay. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Lieutenant Rizzo. Please wish the police director that we had our conversation.
Yes.
And you did a yeoman's job. So thanks very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, guys. Okay. Ed, is there anything new on the census at all?
I sent a message to Anne Marie because I thought I had this brainstorm that I thought it would be a great idea to put together a short video that would highlight places in town that would be affected by census funding, by government funding rather. I have not heard back from her, so I don't know what other than to wait for her to get back to me with the other steps. I thought that if we could illustrate, and I was willing to put the video together myself, and obviously anyone can be in it, but if we could illustrate places that are impacted when we don't have enough folks fill out the census, and so we're not well represented. For example, it could be a municipal park, but I would need that from her, a list of what places are would be impacted if we're not all counted.
All right. If you don't hear from her in a couple of days, let me know, and I'll reach out to her, because the end of the census is coming pretty quickly now. It's the end of September.
Yeah.
I understand that those who haven't yet signed up, they're going to get people to knock on their doors now. So
they're going to go back to that? Mm-hmm. Okay.
As of today, so.
Gary, Johnny Tip,
Yes.
that's what I've been waiting on for the past 3 months. They don't have no numerators in this area, and I'm waiting to see with the census. I understand that in certain areas, New Jersey, they do have numerators. That's what I am. I've already been hired, but they're not doing this area at all.
Okay, so why don't you also contact Anne Marie, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Call her, and if there's any problems, let me know on that, okay?
Okay.
The next thing I had sent all you a memo that I got from Kimberly on the youth center, which I hope you all received today. It indicates that the youth center is progressing very nicely now, and we're going to be we're going to be part of that youth center subcommittee, and that's why I told you, Linda, it might be a good idea to tell Kimberly about what you were talking about before, because
Okay,
she can use that help, you know.
okay.
So if there's any question on the youth center, please ask me now.
Gary, I do have one thing, Gary. Those
Go ahead.
pictures that you sent out for all of us,
Right.
those are old pictures, man. You used to see that building down.
Okay.
All the steel up. I mean, it looks remarkable. Those are pictures
Okay.
you sent out. They are old pictures, man.
Well, that's what I got today from Kimberly. So that's what
Yeah, man. That was, you should see it now, Gary. You should ride past it sometime. You'd be amazed of how much steel work, and they got just about finished all the steel work. It's massive. Looks good. Too,
Okay. All right. Well, it is progressing very nicely.
yes, it is.
Is there anything new on that a 3-point plan that we talked about at our last meeting?
About what Johnny was talking about?
Yeah, Venky, who called me today, he couldn't make the meeting because somebody in his a family passed away, so he could not make the meeting. But if anything new to report on that, a 3-point plan, Linda or Mr. Tibbs, is there anything to report on that plan that we discussed?
What I'm gonna say is this, guys.
Go ahead.
If it had been out sooner across the country, you could see what we could have been saved up to this date. I'm one to cry because, as you see, Franklin Township, Somerset, New Jersey, has adopted one of the points. That's the Police Community Relations Bureau. That's why I said a few minutes. It took me 51 years. We first was introduced to Franklin Township back in 1971. Republicans was in charge and they turned it down. 51 years later, Franklin Township Council has decided to have a Police Community Relations Bureau. I'm happy, I'm thrilled, and that's one point of the 3-point plan.
Okay.
That 3-point plan, I will be sending a letter out. I couldn't find the letter. I'm going to read the letter off to you, send to the newspaper, in terms of my feeling about this whole Black Matters. And what happened last night in Minnesota, Kanash, it's an example where I am an American veteran. I'm a Black American veteran. And I do not like anybody, any protesting, burning my American flag. I want you guys to understand that. I'm an American veteran. Don't touch my American flag. I understand that I have a black, red, and green flag, which is identity of Black people. I know that. But don't touch it or burn my
All right,
flag.
Johnny.
All right?
I was asking any questions. I wasn't asking for that. We're going to be part, as I said, the HRC is going to be part of a
Yes, sir. And I thank you, Gary.
a citizen advisory board, and Kimberly told me that there were a certain committees that became service providers now, and she'll get back to us on that. So,
Okay.
but it looks like the youth center is
They put my name in, right?
that's protected.
They want to call it the Youth Development Center.
Right. Okay,
That's
is there
wishful
anything?
thinking, Johnny.
Yeah.
No, but I'm serious.
Yeah.
Thank
Is there
you.
anything? Is there anything else that someone wants to report? Because I was hoping that the police director would be here, but she had something else, and we
She's
heard
on
from
a
the
she's on
rabbi,
a noble meeting.
and they heard from the rabbi. So if there's nothing else, we can adjourn. But if there's something else that someone wants to talk about, I'm happy to hear it now. Anybody else?
One of the boys, local boys in the community, has recently been locked up. He was involved in that shooting that happened back in January. He's a good boy, never been in trouble before. We got in this mess trouble now.
But
One young
that's
man,
not part of us. That's not part of us, Johnny.
to get elected.
Mr. Councilman, you have anything to add? Mr. Councilman?
Who? Say what?
Ronnie. he's
Mute.
talking to Ronnie.
Mr. Councilman, you have anything to add?
I do not. I encourage everybody to get tested for COVID, even though you may not have any symptoms. It's important that everybody gets. I have gotten tested 3 times already, negative, thankfully, and I encourage you all to do the same. And be safe. Wear
Okay.
your masks. Wash your hands. Social distance. I think you'll be reasonably in a good position.
Hey, Gary, I had a question for Ron.
For who?
Do you know, for Ron?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes. Ron, did they give any statistical data of the people that was there at First Baptist Church for the 2 days? Did you get any data out of that, of the
You
people
can
that
get
was
an email. You get an email. You could have requested
An
an
No,
email.
no. He's asking whether or
No
not there
email.
was any statistic data for the entire population that they went and tested.
Go ahead, Alex. Go
In
ahead.
other words, what percentage of,
Oh,
or how
okay.
many people were negative, how many people was positive? John, to answer that, I have the data for all the center except the 2 Baptist one, because that was not part of the township. But I can ask Reverend to share the data with me if he has it. So maybe during the next meeting, I can share the statistics of our township.
Thank you so much.
As well as the First Baptist Church.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
But
Alex.
I can tell you this though, John, from the numbers that we have, there is quite a few people, maybe about 20, perhaps even about 20%, that they were antibody positive. That means that if it is correct, the data is correct, that means that during this past few months, they had been exposed. Either they had the COVID or maybe they had it, but they didn't have the symptoms. And that's kind of the number. However, the number of people that they have been COVID and they detected the COVID were very, very few. You know, in some centers, from the 500 people, there was none. But in others, for example, when we had the test at the Consolata, we had 5 people that were detected the COVID. So,
Out of how
but
many?
still, the number out of about 500.
wow.
Okay,
Oh, I
so we're talking about in overall, I did kind of a rough estimate. Again, this is not the number that you should use. It's less than 0.3%. But we have asked Rabbi to give us the overall data. And then next time when we get together, I will share that with you. So that will be the actual data, which shows how many people were tested for COVID and how many people had the positive antibody.
Alex, are we gonna get anything from from First Baptist?
I will ask for that. I don't have it, but I can ask Reverend to share it with me.
Always, okay.
Okay, thank you,
Appreciate it.
Alex.
Thank
Okay,
you.
the last
Well, tomorrow, Alex, if you would like,
item,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I can give Pastor a call tomorrow if you would like.
Yeah, please do. Yeah,
Okay.
if you can get that, just tell them that you're looking for the total results. I
right,
think they were basically doing the COVID. I don't think they were doing the antibody. They were only
They
doing
did
the
both.
COVID.
Yes, it
They
was.
They
did
did
It was.
both? Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
because
But
that's where I went
remember,
the second time.
just I want to make sure everybody remembers this thing. If you have a positive antibody, that really doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that you can just go around and say, okay, I'm not going to catch COVID. So you still need to continue to be careful, to keep
yeah.
social distances, wash your hands, and so forth.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank you, Alex.
thank you. Okay, the last item I want to talk about is our junior commissioners. Could you unmute yourself and tell us what the latest is on the high school opening.
Well,
So-
sir, so as of right now, we have halted hybrid learning, and then we're back to remote at least until November. That's what they have mentioned to us. So that's pretty much it for now, and we'll have
It'll all be virtual? It'll all be
Yeah.
virtual?
Full remote.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so you won't be going in. It'll be virtual then.
Entirely, yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Is that just for the first marking period?
So far.
Well, yeah.
Is that
I
just
mean,
for the first marking period?
pretty
Which
much.
one?
I'm not sure if it's exactly that that amount of days will be remote, but as of now, they've mentioned until November we will be remote. That is virtual completely.
Okay, thank you.
Just to add,
Okay, is there anything else?
yeah, I'd say that it is likely it is going to move past the first marking period. However, that is an extremely early assessment. However, there's been extensive teacher resistance to going into school, whether it be a hybrid or fully in-person plan.
I agree.
Okay,
Wow.
so you're all going virtual for the time being, Arian?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, is that for all the schools or just the high school?
No,
Uh,
it's
for
the
the
whole
district.
district. It's for the
For
franchise.
the whole district, okay. Okay, if there's nothing else, our next,
Gary, can I
Go
just
ahead.
ask Alex, on the next, testing period, will he send out the flyers or email us, or the sites and times?
As soon as, no problem, as soon as we finalize the testing sites and the time, we will send it. I usually send it to Gary and the team as well. And then it's on our website, at the township website, but I
Send it to
will send
me.
it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will
if
send
you
it to you and I will send it to all the team if you want, but I'll send it to you, Gary, and you can forward it to everybody.
okay, fine,
Very good.
that's great. Okay, the next meeting is scheduled for September 23rd. And I suppose it will still be on this way, because I don't know if they're gonna be opening up. I don't believe they will, according to what I hear from the governor. Although today, he did open the gyms today. He did open the gyms today at 25%.
25, yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll accept a motion to adjourn the meeting, and I'll send out the invitation from the police department. And when Alex sends me the testing thing, I will send that to you.
I make a motion to close the meeting.
Yes, a motion.
I make a motion to close the meeting.
Okay, thank you all.
Okay.